We want the fans to be proud to be a Chicago Bear fan. And so I wanted to give my thanks.
The Chicago Bears 2025 offseason was a significant organizational shift aimed at providing stability for second-year quarterback Caleb Williams and putting the team in a position to win.
Hell yeah!
The biggest change was the hiring of former Detroit Lions offensive coordinator Ben Johnson as the new Chicago Bears head coach. Johnson is known for his prolific offensive mind, and he was tasked with developing Williams. He assembled a new coaching staff that included some noticeable names, such as former Saints head coach Dennis Allen as the defensive coordinator, Al Harris as the DB coach, Antoine Randall as wide receiver coach, Eric Bieniemy as the running backs coach. This overhaul signaled a strong commitment from general manager Ryan Poles to build a competitive team and represented a major break from the previous coaching regime that was fired mid-season in 2024. It felt like the Bears may finally have committed fully as an organization to change the pattern of years of missed playoffs and heartbreaking losses. The most aggressive roster moves focused on a complete overhaul of the offensive line's interior to improve pass protection, which is a significant weakness in 2024. The Bears made splashes early by trading for two veteran Pro Bowl caliber guards, Joe Thuney from the Chiefs and Jonah Jackson from the Rams. They completed the interior remodel by signing top free agent center Drew Dalman from the Falcons. In 2025 NFL Draft, the Bears continued to add offensive talent around Williams, utilizing a best player available approach after addressing the offensive line in free agency. With the 10th overall pick, they selected tight end Colston Loveland from Michigan, and in the second round added wide receiver Luther Burden III from Missouri. These additions showed that the Bears' plan was to provide Williams with one of the more impressive skill groups in the NFL.
Not only master our fundamentals over the next couple weeks, but also execute the playbook and really bring it to life. We'll work heavily on situational football. It takes time to build that trust. It's really easy to lose that trust.
I take pride in trying to retain it all, every single detail that we have.
Looking for it's dependability, it's consistency, it's production on a day in and day out basis.
Retaining all the information, all of it makes sense to me, and being able to go out there and execute.
Going back to college and even last year, he's very comfortable in a 2-minute setting. He's very comfortable with tempo type plays.
When Ben Johnson and Caleb Williams go over this play, now you talk about having confidence in your players.
I said it multiple times. I think he's been great for me. He's pushed me. Last year, cadence was a little different than obviously this year.
There really isn't a ton of carryover from what he was asked to do, the play calls or anything of that nature. And so now we're asking him to be a little bit more structured in terms of the play calls. Sometimes there's multiple calls, there's shifts, there's motions. There's a lot more going on mentally than probably there's ever been for him. And so at some point, this thing will start slowing down and he's going to be able to catch up, and his physical ability will take over from there.
That's a goal of mine, is to be top of them all. I want to be the best quarterback, not only for Chicago, but in the league.
Well, the season opener started week 1 versus the Minnesota Vikings. The Bears started the game strong with quarterback Caleb Williams leading an opening drive touchdown with a 9-yard scramble for the score. Williams was impressive early on, completing his first 10 passes, a franchise record for a season opener. Then Chicago held a 10-6 lead at halftime and extended it to 17-6 into the third quarter. Cornerback Nahshon Wright returned an interception for 74 yards for the score. However, at the end of the game, the momentum shifted dramatically in the fourth quarter, and the Vikings quarterback, J.J. McCarthy, who struggled through the first three quarters, came alive and led Minnesota on 3 consecutive touchdown drives, scoring 21 unanswered. McCarthy connected with wide receiver Justin Jefferson and running back Aaron Jones for touchdown passes and scored a go-ahead 14-yard touchdown scramble under 3 minutes remaining to give the Vikings a 27-24 lead. The Bears fought back one last time, with Williams connecting with Rome Odunze for a late touchdown pass to cut the lead to 27-24 with 2 minutes and 2 seconds left on the clock. Loss was a disappointing start to the season for Chicago. A fourth quarter collapse after leading by 11 points was something that the fan base had seen enough of. But Ben Johnson will have to prove that he will be able to change this team and prove it with results.
We haven't fully come together as a unit, a full team yet, just offense, defense, special teams. We got a lot of work still to come, but we're right on track.
Oh, he had him all right. That's one that he's going to be kicking himself.
I think our execution just has to be better, and when it comes down to those penalties,
it definitely was a point of emphasis for us going into the game, knowing that we had to play a clean game, and unfortunately, as the game went on, it got a little messy.
It comes down to being able to go out there and be together.
Week 2 at Detroit Lions, Bears lose 52-21. The Bears' first road game brought them to Ford Field in Detroit. Starting the season with a division loss against the Vikings was painful enough, but the Bears have an opportunity to get to 1-1. The results were disappointing. Detroit never trailed in the game. The Lions quarterback Jared Goff was outstanding, completing 23-28 passes for 338 yards and a career high of 5 touchdowns. Concerns were very real for another painful season of watching the team struggle.
We got to play complementary football at the end of the day too. If one unit isn't playing as well as we'd like, we need both offense and special teams to come through and balance us on out. We simply didn't stop the bleeding in really any phase and play complementary football.
Just the fact that they traded Justin Fields and they cleared some runway for you to land, is that your full expectation to be headed there?
It's a good question.
Stuff into the building, especially now with guys who played this game. I feel like at a high level for consecutive years in the league.
Caleb and his group do not want to go to Chicago.
They are taking Caleb Williams.
I hold grudges. I hold all of that. And so when I see you, I'll remember it. And so when we get on the field and things like that, you'll hear from me. I'm not one to sit back and allow you to tarnish what I've earned and worked for, and how I live my everyday life, which is with respect, caring and love, and taking care of people and working hard.
You know, reflecting on the season and then looking, there's a time where you have to pair everything together. Look at your roster at the end of the year. You look at free agency, you look at the draft, just to get a snapshot of everything and what the path looks like. And as we were kind of going through it, we knew on film that the talent that Caleb had was undeniable, and it's one of those things where it pops off the tape for you. So we, at that point, once we knew the tape was there, it really came down to knowing the person to make sure he was a good fit for everything. So once all that came together, we knew that was going to be the direction we were going to go in.
If they draft me, my plan is to go work my ass off, get after it, get in the playbook.
How are you with timeouts?
I like to call him.
Week number 3 of the 2025 NFL season at Soldier Field in Chicago saw former Bears head coach Matt Eberflus as the defensive coordinator of the Dallas Cowboys.
Call him by the whoever this coordinator was, and that would be me.
But you know when to call him?
Yeah.
Botched at the end by the Bears.
Like 30 seconds left, kind of scrambling. You got a timeout in your pocket, maybe call it?
Yeah, if you need it, you call it.
Okay, all right, that's good.
The the Bears vanquished the Cowboys 31-14. The Bears earned their first win of the season against Dallas. Caleb Williams responding to a frustrating 0-2 start with a breakout performance. He completed 19 of 28 passes for 298 yards and 4 touchdowns, posting a 142.6 passer rating and showcasing his big play abilities. The first Bears offensive drive resulted in a punt, but the defense was able to respond and take the ball away as Dallas Cowboys running back Javonte Williams was going down the sidelines at number 29. Tyreek Stevenson yanked the ball away from him, just took it out of his hands. Bears ball, and they never looked back. Chicago's offense combined explosive passing with effective situational running to control the game's tempo. The defense held Dallas to just 14 points, forcing multiple 3-and-outs and creating opportunities for short fields that the offense capitalized on. The balanced attack allowed the Bears to stretch the lead throughout the second quarter and maintain it comfortably. The rookie, Luther Burden, scored on an amazing 65-yard flea flicker that saw DeAndre Swift throw it back just a little bit high, but Caleb Williams was able to get it and then throw it down the field for the touchdown. The rookie, Luther Burden, on the day had 101 yards receiving and that score. The third period saw the Bears put together a drive that went 19 plays, 76 yards, and chewed up 9 minutes and 54 seconds of the game clock, the longest scoring drive of the NFL season at that time. This victory snapped an early losing skid and marked head coach Ben Johnson's first win as the head man of the Chicago Bears. It also provided a confidence boost as Chicago's offense executed over multiple phases and the defense limited explosive plays. A complete game, a much-needed game for the Chicago Bears.
We came through with timely plays when we needed it.
Better execution from all of us.
Playing great situational football, and I'm talking about third down, red zone, and 2 minute.
You know, this is a big game for us.
Caleb, I'm looking at his numbers. 142.6 passer rating and 4 touchdowns.
Big game for them.
Play fake, looking to throw, going deep, searching for DJ Moore, over the shoulder, catch, made, touchdown Bears! It's over at Soldier Field. The Iceman cometh, the Iceman taketh a 46-yard spiral to the end zone to DJ Moore. 22-16 Bears, 4:50 in overtime, and DJ Moore is mobbed in the north end of Soldier Field as the fans celebrate, everybody on their feet. What a strike! Ben Johnson going for the big ball, and it's Captain Crunch time. Caleb does it again.
Being able to come in here with the right mindset. Us and execute plays that we need to execute gives us the best chance to go win the game.
All right, ladies and gents, let's do a Week 4 recap. Bears at Raiders. This story is all about resilience, all right? So Week 4 on the road in Vegas against a Raiders team that thought the script was really already written. The Chicago Bears walked into Las Vegas and walked out with a 25-24 win, and they earned every single inch of it. And yards were hard to come by. Here's the difference between this Bears team and other Bears team. When the offense struggles, the defense refuses to fold. Four forced turnovers. Yeah, read that again. 4, including 3 interceptions off of quarterback Geno Smith. And here's the moment that tells you what kind of team this is, okay? A fumbled snap. Everything breaks down. Chaos. Santos? Still calm. No panic. No hero ball. Just command. This defense does not fold. It's that simple. Defense comes in. The final stand. The Raiders are going to make one last push. Kicker Daniel Carlson lines up a 54-yard field goal to win it. Special teams ace Josh Blackwell explodes through and gets a hand on it. Ball hits the turf. Clock runs out. Game over.
Let's go! Let's go! Snap is good.
Chicago Bears make every play clear the way to victory. Bear down, Chicago Bears. Put up a fight with the might so fearlessly. We'll never forget the way you thrill the nation with your T formation. Bear down, Chicago Bears, and let them know why you're wearing the crown. You're the pride and joy of Illinois. Chicago Bears, bear down.
You know, I think if you just look at this week in particular.
Full display.
Oh my gosh, right here. Nobody open. And Caleb Williams makes something work from nothing.
Matt Eberflus's team never led for 59 minutes and 37 seconds until this.
Yeah, that second to last play before the Hail Mary, 13-yard strike, they get out of bounds in 2 seconds. Are you preparing that play for them to run some kind of shots to the end zone?
8 to 12-yard outcut that should take 3 seconds max. I'm telling you right now, this is not the Hail Mary time.
Because you're defending touchdown, right? You're defending touchdown there, and them throwing a ball for 13 yards or 10 yards, whatever that is, doesn't really matter.
Now throw it.
There it is, Tony. Right on your design.
And it came down to a 2-second play to the last play.
Not only were the Commanders coming off a year where they just played in the NFC Championship, but the painful memory of the matchup from last year,
Easiest Hail Mary catch you'll ever see,
is still very fresh. Last thing anyone wanted, thing close to that to be a repeat. The Bears jumped out to an early 13-0 lead in the second quarter, primarily due to an effective defense that generated 2 early turnovers. An interception by Jaquan Brisker and a fumble recovery by Kyler Gordon, forced by Montez Sweat. Caleb Williams capitalized on the second turnover with a 1-yard rushing touchdown to help build the lead. Chicago's offense found a spark with a massive 55-yard touchdown reception by running back DeAndre Swift, who led the team with 108 rushing yards and 67 receiving yards. Despite the touchdown, the 2-point conversion attempt failed, and the Bears still trailed the Commanders. Defense forced another crucial turnover late in the fourth quarter when Jaden Daniels and his running back fumbled a snap on 3rd and 1 in Washington's territory. Caleb Williams then led the offense down the field, positioning the ball for a game-winning field goal. Kicker Jake Moody, yes, Jake Moody, if you remember, elevated from the practice squad earlier that day to replace an injured Cairo Santos, nailed a 38-yard field goal as time expired to seal the thrilling 25-24 victory. This victory signified Chicago's ability to finish in clutch situations on the road in 2025.
Once again, our team was resilient and they found a way to win.
Week 7 was followed up with the New Orleans Saints. The Bears jumped out to an early 20-0 lead into the second quarter. The dominant start was fueled by a strong rushing attack that finished with a season-high 222 yards total and an opportunistic defense that forced early turnovers. The Saints did rally with 2 quick touchdowns, bridging the second and third quarters to cut the deficit to 20-14, and quarterback Spencer Rattler connected with wide receiver Chris Olave for a 21-yard touchdown just before halftime and a 14-yard touchdown on the opening drive of the third quarter. However, that was as close as the Saints would get. The Bears defense, led by defensive coordinator Dennis Allen, facing his former team, dominated the rest of the game, holding the New Orleans Saints scoreless for the final 24 minutes of the game. The defense generated 4 takeaways in total, including 3 interceptions by Nahshon Wright, Kevin Byard, and Tremaine Edmonds. And the Bears closed out the game by relying on their strong running game and adding 2 more field goals from kicker Jake Moody in the fourth quarter to secure a 26-14 victory. Chicago's balanced approach and opportunistic defense helped them sustain their first multiple game winning streak of the season and improving their record to 4-2.
How did you handle losing?
I don't think I would be a very good person to talk about losing.
Better execution from all of us. You know, this is a big game for us. Big game for them. Being able to come in and, come in here with the right mindset. Us and execute plays that we need to execute gives us the best chance to go win the game.
Deserved it, and it's phenomenal to see them get the recognition they deserve. What we've seen the last, call it 6-7 weeks, has been a guy that's highly motivated. You don't know when your time's going to come, but you got to stay ready at all times. They're committed and they want to get better.
Week 8 at Baltimore Ravens, Bears lose 30-16. Chicago's offense struggled to generate explosive plays against the Ravens in the Week 8. The Bears scored just 16 points and were held in check by Baltimore's disciplined defense. The Bears entered the game riding a 4-game winning streak, but the Ravens, despite being without their starting quarterback Lamar Jackson, snapped their own 4-game losing streak with the victory. The loss dropped the Bears' record to 4-3 on the season, with backup quarterback Tyler Huntley managing the game effectively and running back Derrick Henry scoring 2 rushing touchdowns. Bears quarterback Caleb Williams dropped back targeting Rome Odunze and threw a crucial interception to Ravens cornerback Nate Wiggins. The Bears defense struggled, allowing 177 rushing yards. The performance the Chicago Bears had shown in Week 3 now seemed a bit distant. Narrow last-minute thrilling victories in the past several weeks, the loss brought the team back down to earth.
It is what it is. I'm not going to sit here and blame, we didn't have a running game and we didn't have a defense. The truth of the matter is that those parts of the team have played better than expected, and it's not the plan. We drafted a running back in the 7th round. We've ignored the defensive line for years. What the plan is let's see, we drafted a top 10 wide receiver. We drafted a top 10 tight end. We drafted a top 10 right tackle. We took a first overall pick, traded it back, and got DJ Moore. We took a first overall pick and got Caleb Williams. That's the plan, and it's falling short. Just like we could play these games of, we should have won this game last year. We should have won that game last year. Okay, well, we could have lost 2 games very easily this year. And if we were 2-4 coming into this game, it would have been a much different conversation about Caleb based off the way he's played. I don't want inflated success. I want real success. And real success comes from executing a plan. And I'm seeing that plan fall short.
Fair. It's a great call, Paul. No question. Absolutely 1,000% fair what he just said.
Pleasure to be here. Appreciate you guys.
Chicago's offense erupted in Week 9, topping 47 points in a back-and-forth shootout with the Bengals, a game that featured over 1,000 total yards of offense, one of the season's most thrilling contests, as Ben Johnson reached into his bag of tricks and a touchdown pass from wide receiver DJ Moore was thrown to quarterback Caleb Williams. The Bears later followed up with a 15-yard touchdown pass from Williams to Olamide Zaccheaus. The Bengals held a narrow 20-17 lead at halftime, with veteran quarterback Joe Flacco connecting with T. Higgins on a 44-yard touchdown pass. Defensively, Chicago struggled to slow Cincinnati's attack, surrendering multiple long drives throughout the game. In the second half, the Bears were able to build a seemingly safe 41-27 lead late in the fourth quarter. However, the Bengals rallied, scoring a touchdown and two-point conversion with 1:43 remaining, then recovering the onside kick and later scoring a touchdown to take a 42-41 lead with only 54 seconds remaining. Caleb Williams had one last chance. With just 17 seconds left on the clock, Williams connected with rookie tight end Colson Loveland for a gutsy throw over the middle, and the 10th overall pick of the 2025 NFL Draft out of the University of Michigan and 2023 national champion did the rest. Going all the way for a game-winning 58-yard touchdown. The Bears fought till the end and earned the victory 47-42. Receiving leaders put up big numbers. Loveland's game-winning score capped a huge performance, while DJ Moore and other key targets consistently gained yardage. The Bears' ability to convert deep passes and sustain long scoring drives put their offensive firepower on full display and improved the Bears to a 5-3 record.
The big games keep coming. The job is not done. Do not forget that.
A lot of teams this time of year, you're pushing to stay alive, and
Make sure you enjoy it, all right? The big games, they keep coming now.
we've got a very strong locker room. We've got a positive veteran influence in there.
Turn me up, man.
I feel very strongly about that group, and nothing's more important than our locker room.
Good, better, bad. Good, better, bad. Never let it rest. Good gets better. Good gets better. Better gets better. Better gets better. Bears on 3, 1, 2, 3.
This is classic Walter Payton. He makes contact with the defensive players more than any great back has ever played this game.
Good, better, bad. Good, better, bad. Never let it rest. Good gets better. Good gets better. Better gets better. Better gets better.
Whole nother height. And he did it in a way that was so classy and respectable.
Never let it rest. Never let it rest. Never let it rest. Till your good gets better. And your better gets best.
There's a certain narrative out there about them, and they want to change that narrative. It's just a matter of time. Each guy's gonna have their own moment in the sun, if you will. We're just trying to win a ball game, and so that's the most important thing.
And to be quite frank with you, I kind of enjoyed beating Matt LaFleur twice a year. I know this is the toughest division of football right now. There's 3 teams that made the playoffs this year. I've got tremendous amount of respect for the coaches and the players in this league. Having competed against them for the last 6 years. With that being said, I do have a message here for the players. Get comfortable being uncomfortable. The only way for this team and for you as individual players to reach your potential is to be pushed and to be challenged. And that's exactly what I and my staff plan on doing. We are going to push, we're going to challenge. And along with those high standards, there's also going to be a high level of support as well. That's what it's going to be about from start to finish. When you walk in, it'll be crystal clear, the communication, the structure, and the consistency. And that will never waver. Listen, it's clear that modern football in the NFL is quarterback driven. That is no secret. You can look at analytics. Right now, quarterback success is a higher predictor of winning and losing than turnover ratio, which has been for 20 plus years. Okay, that's changed. So There's no doubt Caleb played a large component into my decision. He is a phenomenal talent. Our mission starting this spring is to win and to win now.